Channel, Brenda Hoffman. Dear ones, maybe you fear your life is not changing for the better. That what was continues to be. Or that this transition is a cartoon image of what should be but never is. You remember the disconnect when you initiated your transition, but not the fear or horror attached to becoming you. As prophesied, your memories of bad times and experiences are fading rapidly. So all you remember about the tribulations you mastered so you could be at this point in your transition is that there were some bad times, but not that bad. In truth, many of you contemplated suicide or exiting your job, community, family, or relationships so your pain would disappear. You mastered those pieces despite your apprehension about your ability to do so. Now that you are on a level playing field, if you will, you expect your life to be more exotic, joyful, or playful because you forgot where you started. Your current life is likely a miracle compared to your dark night of the soul. Yet you want more. So it is you have transitioned. Before transitioning, you accepted your life as this is all there is. Now you demand this and this and this. You are a new being with new expectations of joy and fulfillment. You are not satisfied with an okay life, you want more. And rightly so. You cannot experience joy if your life is just acceptable or so painful you prefer sleep to wake time. Perhaps you need to review your current life and then some of the writings or other documentation you created during the dark night of your soul. That dark night of the soul pain is almost inconceivable to you now, for you are at a different place where joy and laughter are expected, and pain is more uncomfortable than was true when you were of 3D. You are a new being in a new world. And as you move further and further into that new world, your expectations will continue to shift from just okay to requiring joy. Your fears or deeply held beliefs that your life is terrible and will continue to get worse are fading rapidly. You expect more. Expectations that are the seeds of your new you creations. You are no longer willing to just get by, to accept bits and pieces of life from others or yourself. Many of you proclaim that you have not experienced joy. Yet, what you are now experiencing is much more pleasant than when you were of 3D. The tide has turned from fear and despair to love. A love that insists you experience this and this not as a gift from someone who may or may not provide that gift, but from yourself to you. You are creating daily. An indication is your expectations of what your day or near future will be like. You are no longer just getting by. You have expectations, wants, and desires. All of which you are creating whether you acknowledge that or not. In the past, you needed to establish objectives. And once those objectives were achieved, you thought of yourself as lucky, productive, or whatever term you used internally. You did not expect every day, all day, to be filled with fun or joy. Your expectations were created around fear. If I do this, I will not be fired, divorced, homeless, or whatever your fear was. Your new expectations are, if I do this, I might have fun, feel fulfilled, or experience love. The opposite of what you expected in 3D. And even though you likely haven't bothered to compare new you to your 3D thoughts, the difference is dramatic. You are now expecting better than instead of please. You are no longer cowering in the corner of your mind, hoping against hope that your life will improve or at least not get worse than it is. You expect the best, even better. So it is. And so it will be. You are on a creation roll. A roll of joy and contentment instead of merely keeping your head above water. So be it. Amen.